Hello dear students, welcome back to the next online class of class 6th History and Civics. Today we are going to start lesson number 2, part 1. Before starting lesson number 2, that is your civilizations, the River Valley civilizations, as you know that today you are going to get one revision test paper to evaluate what you have learnt from the previous chapter. And I hope you all have completed your question answers and you all have revised the chapter well. So before starting, first we will have a look of that test paper. And one more thing, whatever problem you are facing related to a book, I can understand, but my dear students, these videos are not only to give you question answers. You have to listen your teachers explanations, what the teachers are saying. You have to understand the chapter, the concept of the chapter. It's not like only you are supposed to copy question answers from the videos. Second thing, whatever you are writing in the comment section, write it well. For example, one student was asking about red pen, so it is quite understood that you are not supposed to use red pen. Okay, if your teachers are using red pen, means that is only to highlight questions or to give you more clarity that this is how you have to complete your work. It's not like you also use no you are also going to use red pen. Okay, so you need to listen your teachers and then you are supposed to complete your work. So here, this is your test paper. Okay, it contains 20 marks, and as you can see, what you have to do first you have to do fill in the blanks. It is of 4 marks. 4 blanks are there of 8 marks. Then true false of 4 marks. Okay, then answer the following question, third question. These are short questions. What you have to do, first question is you have to define the term history, that is of 2 marks, and then you have to do next question, what do you understand by the Stone Age, 2 marks. Okay, then you have to write one long answer, that is your what were the main achievements of humans in the Stone Age. Okay, that is of 4 marks. So this is how you have to do this test paper in your fair notebook. Okay, with full of honesty. And the answers of this test paper we will give you in the next video, and then you have to match how much you have scored and how much you have prepared. Now next we will start the chapter. Now come to the second chapter, River Valley civilizations. Okay, first let me tell you what do you understand by civilization. As we have been studying from past 2 videos that about early human and the life of early human. Okay, and we studied about Stone Age. So the last we studied that he achieved so many things in the Stone Age. So after achieving so many things, so he was not only thinking just to fulfill his basic needs of daily life. He started settling down and he started living in the societies, or you can say he started living more valuable life, and that stage of his life is known as civilization, or civilized life he started having. So this is what we call civilization. So first you see the first paragraph and you can see the second line. We have studied about bronze, right? Bronze was the metal which he discovered. He means early human discovered, and that was the harder metal than if we talk about other metals, and which could help early human to make tools, more effective tools for clearing the forest, or for plowing the fields and the digging of canals very easier. Here, then village settlements along river bank now became permanent. because we no, we are going to study here river valley civilization. So when they started settling down their settlements, or when they decided where they are supposed to settle, it was the river bank. And agriculture, when he started doing agriculture, agriculture produces surplus food or surplus crops. Surplus crops means, here you can see in this line, here it is written surplus crop. Surplus crop means when early human started producing crops in a large number, and he could use that crop in some natural calamities, when he was not supposed to grow, or he was not supposed to go out, like flood and all. So he used these surplus crops, matlab he stored one, and he started using that. So it was a it was really helpful for him. This gave man more free time to improve his skills and manufacture goods to meet his growing needs. When he already stored food, right, grains, so he had ample time to do certain other activities, and he started doing other things. Okay, and he started exchanging those goods. Goods means things, which led to the growth of trade and trade centers. Okay, and finally these things these things, in the sense, these situations, or where he was settling, it turned into the rise of cities. Okay, so here it is a kind of introduction of your chapter. Now, how civilization started. So the starting, or you can say the earliest civilizations, what they had. First, you can see down of civilization, second line, that city life requires efficient administration, okay, language, script, and forms of worship and cultural expression. Obviously, when we live in a city, or when we live in a group or in a society, it requires efficient administration, language, script, or worship, or cultural expressions. Here, why these cities were basically settled on the river banks. So there are so many reasons. As you can see, three dots. The first point is the river provided an ample supply of water, right? They need to have, they needed to have that, which could support large settlements. Okay, whether the city is small or large, that river could provide ample water. Then the river, or you can say the land near the rivers, were fertile, obviously, and various crops could be grown with ease. When we have fertile land, we can grow crops very easily. We don't have to give more water to the land. So the second point is, it was very necessary for them to settle down near the river bank, because the land was very fertile. Then rivers were important means of communication, because long roads did not exist. Matlab, roads were not there completely, so that they could use roads for transportation. So they used rivers only for communication, or you can say for means of transport, or for moving from one place to another for a long time. Okay, so here these are the three reasons why they started settling down near the river bank. First, now we are going to start about four civilizations. Basically, the earliest civilizations were four, and here you can see the next page. The first civilization, hence called river valley civilization. Okay, here you can see the first line, this one, and these sites are located. So the first, you can see first city, Mesopotamia, in the valley of river Tigris and Euphrates. The river's name you can see. So the first civilization was Mesopotamian civilization. Then the second one is Egypt, in the valley of river Nile. This also you have to remember the name of the rivers. So the second civilization was Egyptian civilization. Then the third one is Harappa. Here you can see Harappa and its surroundings in the river valley of Indus, okay, or in the valley of river Indus. Next, it is also known as Harappan civilization or Indus Valley civilization, right? And the fourth one is China in the valley of river Huang Ho. China in the river valley Huang Ho. Now, these are your four civilization. So today I am going to cover up Mesopotamian civilization, very important civilization. Let's start. So Mesopotamian civilization basically you can see included three regions, but nowadays if we talk about this civilization is in Iraq, okay, it is in Iraq, and you can see the three regions means the three groups. First one was Sumer, then Akkad and Assyria. So these three were engaged, you know, or you can say engaged with war, or they were clashing with each other. So but the Sumer were powerful city states, or you can say they emerged as powerful city state, and it is also known as the set of earliest civilization in the world, the first earliest civilization in the world. The Sumer became the seat of the earliest civilization in the world. Here this is, you can say, earliest civilization in the world. Now come to the source material. Everywhere in each chapter we are going to study about source material and all. So the source material, as you know that there are two types of source materials. One is literary source material and second one is archaeological source material. So you can see here the literary source materials include clay tablets, okay, bearing cuneiform script, the and cuneiform script we are study, or we will study in this chapter only. I'll tell you the meaning exactly of cuneiform script, but before that we will continue this one, the archaeological source of the source of Mesopotamian civilization. So there are, you can see, 3 points: archaeological sources. Archaeological sources we know very well, we have studied the remains of buildings such as ziggurat. Ziggurats means temple, okay, administrative buildings, then you can see storehouses as well as dikes, canal and reservoirs. So these are the archaeological source material. And inscriptions on pillar bearing Hammurabi's code of law. About Hammurabi we will study, so I'll continue when I'm going to teach about Hammurabi. Here I'm not going to start, okay, but basically Hammurabi was the king. So Hammurabi's code of law, whatever law made by Hammurabi, it all the laws were inscribed on a pillar. This is also archaeological source. Then artifacts and other goods like bronze, tool, weapons and vessels, weights, measures, all these things were also kind of archaeological source material which provide information about Mesopotamian civilization. Okay. Next we will study about the town planning. The town planning, here you can see. So Sumerian city, as we are studying about Sumerian, we were talking about three regions, right? Sumer, Akkad and Assyria. And Sumer became the earliest civilization in the world. They were very powerful group. So the Sumerian city usually consists of a sacred area, a walled city and outer town. Okay, there are three types of areas. So the sacred areas consisted of main temple, the storehouse and the administrative buildings. Here you can see in the picture also, it is a kind of ziggurat area, and which has, you can see, many buildings or stories, and it is a kind of temple here. So these sacred area means religious area. It is and after that a walled city and outer town. It means three types of areas were there. And now come to the social life. So obviously the king was the head, okay, and made laws for the society. Here you can see laws for the society. And the middle class, mainly landowners, merchants and craftsmen, lived in the walled city. We studied about walled city. And the poor people, especially slaves, who were usually war captives. Okay, those who defeated in the war, they were used to live outside of the city as slaves. Now come to the occupation. So Sumerians were mainly farmers. Okay, they were probably the first one to grow wheat. And in the time of flood, they used to build dikes, canals, and they were mastered in some skills, for example making pottery, cloth making or glass making. Okay, so here this is the occupation of Sumerians. Now come to the next point. Next we will study, and it is also known that they were the first world traders. Okay, world's first traders you can say. And they were the first one who used wheeled transport. Okay, and they were the first one who started using seals also, we can say, because the discovery of Indus seals in Sumer and Sumerian seals in the Indus Valley suggested that there was overseas trade between the two civilizations. Okay, Indus Valley and Mesopotamian civilization, they had trade relations. Now come to the next point, religion. They were basically nature worshippers. The main temple of each city was built on top of the stepped pyramid called ziggurat, as we studied in the previous page. Okay, on the previous page, it was usually dedicated to the pattern god representing a natural phenomena. Okay, so they were basically nature worshippers. Now we will continue next point, that is your it is basically about religion, that the Sumerians, see the first line, believed in life after death. And they believed that when the person is living after death, there is a life after death. So they used to bury things with the dead body. Things means the daily uses, what are the things we use in daily lives. So the things of daily use were buried with the dead person. Now come to the script. The Sumerians were the first to develop a script for keeping records. Script means writing. They wrote with reed pens. Okay, reed pens means made with hard stems of variety of tall grass. Okay, and they used to write on wet tablets. Then this script is called cuneiform. This word came last time in this video, and I told you that I will tell you about cuneiform. So here it is here. So the script is known as cuneiform when they started writing with reed pens on wet clay tablets. Okay. Now come to the next important point, that is developments in mathematics and astronomy. So the Sumerians counted using sexagamical system, and it was a numeral system with 60 as its base. We still use this system for calculating time. Okay, and they divided the day into 24 hours and the sky into 12 coinciding parts. And they were the first one who started using lunar calendar, and this their year fell just 11 days short for a solar year of a solar year. So this is what their developments in the mathematics and astronomy. And they observed the movement of sun and the moon. Okay, and by observing only they divided day into 24 hours and sky in 12 parts. Now come to the next important point, that is your Babylonian civilization. Here you are going to study about Hammurabi. So, a few centuries after the decline of Sumerian civilization, so here after the decline of Sumerian civilization, after few centuries, okay, arose in Mesopotamia. What arose? Another great civilization arose in Mesopotamia, and this was Babylonian civilization, covering both Sumer and Akkad, and it was in many ways continuation of the Sumerian civilization. Hammurabi was one of the Babylon's greatest ruler. Okay, and he ruled from 1729 BC to 1750 BC. BC we have studied already. Okay, BC means before Christ, matlab before the birth of Christ. So he is remembered for his code of laws, and the laws covered every aspect of life, and punishment were based on the principle of tit for tat, means whatever you will do, the same you will get as a punishment. So, however, justice was in favor of the rich and the upper class. Okay. So, this was the code of Hammurabi, and he was the greatest ruler of Babylons. And what is Babylonian civilization? You can I told you, after the decline of Sumerian civilization, another great civilization arose in Mesopotamia, and that was Babylonian civilization. Okay. So, dear students, we will continue these these civilizations as we have completed Mesopotamian civilization. You first revise this Mesopotamian civilization. I will continue with Egyptian and Chinese civilization in the next video, and you have to complete your test paper. And in this book you are having short questions. So if you are having if you are having books, you can do, or you can find from 1 to 8, question number 1 to 8, and you just marked in your book, or if you want to write, you write. Then I will give you the answers in the next video from question number 1 to 8, which is completely related to Mesopotamian civilization. Okay, and then you have to match what you have done. If not, then no issues. If you can arrange from somewhere, you do. Otherwise, I will give you surely. And your homework is, if you can find out, you can do question number 1 to 8 and the test paper, and revise this Mesopotamian civilization. Thank you.